Good afternoon, everyone. Would like to welcome you guys to the latest broadcast of Zap TV. Super happy to have a special guest with us. So please, everyone, I'll introduce Dean Budney.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Absolutely. Super happy to have him. He's one of us that travels every day and visits brokers and agents, so knows the platform in and out. So he'll be super happy to have you, Dean. Just do a couple of the initial pieces that we normally do. There will be a text number that comes at the bottom of the screen. It'll be there the whole session. So anytime you have any questions, as you're texting them live, we'll do everything we can to answer them. We often get inundated, but we answer as many as we can, and we will have a mailbag at the end of the session. So certainly you don't have to wait. So that number, Buddy will bring it up just a second, but it is 321-300-7759. So when that comes up, anytime questions, things that you're thinking. And just again, we'll remind you that we would love for you to actually log into Zap. Some of the things we're going to be showing you live. You can be watching this on your phone and on your laptop or tablet, but super helpful if you actually log in and can watch, roll around with us when we're live in the platform. So just encourage you to do that. And then lastly, the session will be recorded. So, so you know that you can watch it anytime, probably within about 48 hours. Go to the same broadcast and the same link, and you'll rewatch the broadcast. So, we're just going to, before we go live in a second, Buddy's having a little glitch. But so our topic today. We're going to kind of take it to the basics. Not, we don't want to bore anybody, but we do have a bunch of folks that are hopefully watching that may not have logged in, or if they did once, kind of when they were, live in the live with a live session, they logged in but haven't since. So, we'd really love to get them to log in, kind of see the reasons why, sort of, back to that why Zap. So you have so Dean will start with that once we go live in the platform. But we're gonna just play around in the dashboard.
Yeah, we'll show you exactly where to go. We'll give you a general overview of the dashboard itself, how it works, what you see when you first log in each day on a daily basis, and really the thing that Zap is designed to do is to kind of help us stay organized. So it'll show us our task, it'll show us who we need to be following up with that particular day. So we'll go over all that once we have the system up and running for you. The system is really two things, right? It's the CRM, the customer relationship management side, yes, which is attached to the marketing side, which is the agent webpage. So we'll start there. And for those of you who are not logging in or have not logged in, maybe a good time to do that as we're getting things up and running on our side. Just remember, it's always your CB Exchange username and password. Will get you into your Zap dashboard. And sometimes the easiest way to do that is to go through CB Exchange. Simply click on Zap, it'll take you through there. Should, in theory, remember your username and password and get you right into the Zap dashboard. We know from historical evidence that the more you use the platform, that the more you'll close as far as business is concerned. Yeah,
stats are already, forming for us that we know the agents that are logging in, roughly, 11 plus times a month, over 10 times, 2 or 3 times a week, are actually starting to, monitor their contacts in their database, and it comes down to the fact that the system will just tell us. I love it that the system will tell us when someone is maybe feeling a little more frisky in the buying process or selling process, but they're starting to open up emails, they're starting to look at a house here or a house there. So that's the whole idea of the platform. I mean, I've always said this from day one that we don't want this platform to be another to do. Like, oh, that's right, I got to log into Zap. I love the fact that it should be essentially maybe the first thing you do every morning, so that we can, just start analyzing our contacts. So,
and I think we look at it, you and I, both from an agent perspective, right? We're both former agents, and always looking at this platform to say, how would I use this if I was an agent each and every day? And the thing that's most important to us as agents is A, what does my customer want from me? And B, who do I need to follow up with that day? Right? Those are two of the most important things that we seem to want to know on a consistent basis, and that's the first two things that Zap tells us every time we log in.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to use the platform as an agent, for a little over a year, prior to starting this process. But and I loved it. I really did. So our goal is just to kind of show you and just get you some of those. Avenues that so it doesn't have to be an overwhelming process. It's actually a fun process to get in there and see who you need to reach out to today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the nice thing about Zap is once your clients are using and are busy on the platform, Zap tracks all that activity for you.
Yes.
You can see the homes that they're clicking on. If they're doing searches, they can easily email you questions. They can click a tab that says, hey, I want to go see this house, or I'd like more information on this particular property, and you immediately get notified of that. Yes,
yeah, and that's the key that allows us to better serve our clients. And trust me, they will love it when you're sort of on their heels when it's time to do that.
Sure.
They will so appreciate that call, text, or email that morning when they were looking at houses yesterday. They will totally be impressed, at that point. So.
Excellent, excellent. So I think we can go live into the system now.
Yeah. So we'll let me just move forward and make sure that we're good. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, we just a little glitch here, but we're going to work through it. Hopefully, you guys will hang with us just for a second. But we will be live in the platform. So when Dean's going to get started, we're going to analyze the dashboard and just sort of know what you guys see every single time you log in, and just help you know what some of those pieces on that dashboard mean. So.
Absolutely, and the whole idea of our conversation today is just to understand kind of the day in the life of using Zap. If I log in each day, what will I see? How will I address those things that appear on my dashboard? And just kind of walk it through as if we were an agent. So I log in each morning, and these are the things that I'm going to tackle first, second, third, etc.
Yep.
So once we get into the platform, we'll be able to show you that. And we'll actually walk you through the dashboard and take you through it step by step, so you can kind of see what we're speaking of.
Yes, yeah, and again, just like we said, and you'll see again as soon as we can go live, the fact that the platform is just telling us, hey, this person reached out, hey, follow up with this person, hey, this person's just looking at houses, call them. That's the reason why agents that are using the platform regularly are closing more deals. I mean, because the platform is designed to help me not only get organized, have all of my contacts, and I say contacts, past client, current clients, friends,
everybody
neighbors,
right?
Past sphere, past coworkers, everybody goes in the platform. And if any one of those people, anyone, opens up an email from you, looks at one house, just asks you a question, it either comes to you or their Zap score rises. And that's the key that, if you just log in and analyze that, it's just like slapping you in the face and telling you where to start your day. So we love that piece of it.
And the other thing that it does is it improves and enhances our response time to our customers. And as agents, are we not always being engaged on a response time? How quickly does my agent call me back? How quickly do they respond to my request? How quickly do they answer my emails? And if we as agents don't respond in a manner that's appropriate for our clients, then what do they typically do? They'll call someone else.
Yeah, go elsewhere.
Right?
Yeah.
So the whole idea of the platform is to keep you on top of your customers, making us as agents aware of what's important to them so we can respond to them in a very timely manner.
Yeah, it's just, the scary stat that NAR throws out is it's a little bit less than 2 minutes where they want a response. And I always tell anyone we're in front of that, that is not necessarily them being impatient. It's just the fact that they will, be on one page, ask a question, and they just might go to another page and ask another question. So it just depends on which agent reaches out to them first, and that's another piece that Zap will help us do.
Yeah, and once we're working with a customer, there's a certain level of expectation, and I think they come into that relationship with. They say, look, if I've chosen you as my agent, I want to know that I'm a priority for you, so when I reach out to you and I have a question about a property, or if I want more information, I want to know that you're going to call me back. that you're going to get back in touch with me on a timely basis. It's not going to be 3-4 days till I hear back from you.
Yes. Yeah, and it can be easily. Agents get busy. They're, we're all, you're running around and doing that. The fact is that we have a tool now to help us settle down in at least part of our day and know who we need to reach out to. So that's cool.
And I think the challenge we always have, from an agent standpoint too, is how do I stay organized, right? If I know I've got one system where I can look at all my client activity, I know I can call them. We'll show you today, once we get in the mobile app side of Zap, how easy it is just to keep in communication with your customer.
Yeah, absolutely.
We walk around with our phone with us all the time. Matter of fact, they make it waterproof now, so we can take in the shower with us because we can't be more than 3 feet away from our phone.
Yeah, take a 2-minute or less shower. Otherwise, you got to take your phone in there.
Exactly. So even through the mobile app, we can, when we access Zap on the mobile app, we can call our customers, we can text them, we can email them, we can keep in constant communication with them to let them know that they are a priority for us.
Absolutely. Well, I think we can go live now. So we'll go live in the platform. And this is exactly what you would see, when you log in live. And I'll let Dean show you at least some of the initial things that you can use or that you do in the dashboard to help stay organized. So.
Terrific. So as you're looking at your dashboard, you always know you're on your dashboard because in the upper right-hand corner should be your name and your picture. And the first thing, as we've been talking about today, is Zap shows you your tasks, and it also shows you your follow-ups. So we'll talk just a little bit about tasks. How did a task get there? So some of you may be looking at your dashboard and it may say the message, woohoo, you have no more tasks. That's okay. That means you have addressed your task for the day. But if you see on my dashboard, I have a couple of tasks that have come in from my customer, Connie Sultan. Connie has sent me a request for information. She's also sent me a showing request. Well, first thing is, how did that get there? Well, what happened was, by providing Connie access to the Zap tools, the ability to search on her phone or on her laptop, property anywhere, then Zap tracks her activity. And there are 2 buttons that follow every house that she looks at. One button says, go see this house. The other one says, go request more information. So in this instance, Connie looked at a house through the Zap platform and thought, you know what, I have a question from my agent about this particular property, and she clicked the button that said request more information. Zap immediately texted and emailed me that I had a request coming in from my customer, so I knew that through my phone, and then places it here in a task list here as a task, in this instance, a request for info. Connie also did the same thing. She saw another house here where she actually wanted to go see the property. So she hit the button, go see this house. I again got a text and an email, and Zap placed this request here on the task list. So that tells me that I need to be responding back to Connie pretty darn quickly. If she sends me a request for information or wants to go see this house, she's going to expect a quick call, phone call or email from me. I can always come over here on the right side of the dashboard and click on View Details, and I can see before I call Connie back what house she has a question on or what house she wants to go and see. So if I open up the View Details button, it tells me she wants to go see 7463 South 132nd Street. She didn't put in a question there, so I would simply call her, say, hey Connie, what can I answer for you? I answer her question, and then I save my note in here and mark this status as completed, and it comes off my task list. Same thing for the showing. Before I call Connie back, I'm going to probably want to know what house she wants to go and see. I click on View Details. It tells me that she wants to go and see 6637 Carlton Avenue. So in that instance, I would call her, say, hey Connie, when would you like to see the house? She says, Dean, can you show it to me Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock? I tell her, hang on, let me reach out to the listing agent. There will be listing agent information here within the platform. I can call the listing agent, ask if that time frame is okay, and if that works, that's fantastic, and then I can set this up and call Connie back and say, okay, we're good to go Saturday at 2. And so therefore, I'm actually responding in a timely manner to my customers' requests for information from me. It enhances my response time back to my customers, and it keeps me on track and gives me all the information that I need here on the dashboard. In the follow-up section.
So let me ask you real quick,
sure.
Dean. So those tasks, so you say if they're cleaned up, that's great. Because then I haven't had someone, be asking any questions. But how am I notified of those? Do I have to log into Zap?
No, as I mentioned before, as soon as Connie hits that button and says request more information or I want to go see this house, I immediately get a phone call and a text.
Okay.
On my phone saying my customer has I have received a request, either a showing request or an information request.
Okay, perfect.
And
so again, having my phone with me,
which I always do,
you know, and having the Zap app, which we'll talk about,
Yep.
will allow me to stay and could literally be into that 2-minute or less. You know, if I could just get, you know, I look at the text,
Yep.
and I can respond. So that's awesome for an agent that just, you know, we don't need our computer or laptop, you know, by our side to be able to know when our clients are looking. So that's awesome.
And as we mentioned before, once we get into the mobile app, you'll be able to show them exactly where their tasks are showing on the dashboard on their phone.
Perfect. I love it.
So in the follow-up section, so I have a few people in my follow-up section. Now there's 2 reasons why somebody appears or a customer name appears here in my follow-up section. A, it's a new lead that I've accepted through the automated attendance system through the company. As soon as I hit accept, the company puts Zap puts that contact in my dashboard as a new contact, and then I have to follow up with them per my company's business rules. Secondly, a customer name may appear here because maybe they're part of a follow-up campaign that I've placed them on. And today's the day I'm supposed to be following up with them. So their name will appear here. So I have Quincy Jones or Thomas Callback appears here. So I need to either reach out to them with a phone call or an email as part of their follow-up email drip campaign or phone campaign or whatever follow-up plan I put them on.
Okay.
So those are the reasons that I have somebody in my follow-up section. And once I look at a customer in my follow-up section, there's a couple of things that is shown on the platform. So underneath the customer's name, there's a box that says either broker lead or agent lead. If it's a broker lead, I know it's a customer I've accepted through the automated attendant, and I have to come over here to the last contact date to see what color I am. Meaning, if I'm red, as I am with this particular customer, with Thomas Tester, I know I'm out of compliance. I missed some of the compliance requirements that the company's placed. Or if they're green, if this color is green, I'm good. If they're yellow, it means I'm approaching being out of compliance. And in this instance, Quincy Jones is another customer of mine. I can see he's an agent lead, right? So I know I don't have to necessarily follow up with him to be in compliance, but I do have to probably follow up with him on a regular basis. Maybe I put in a call because it was his birthday, and you know what? I missed his birthday call. I'm 6 days overdue from his birthday call, right? So I put a contact date in here to follow up with him, but I do not have to worry about falling out of compliance with those customers. So this also tells me how busy my customers are on the Zap platform by looking at their Zap score. So if I see Thomas Callback, he has a very high Zap score. I hover my mouse over it, and I can see that he's opened up an email, he's requested information, he's actually looked at property and things from that standpoint. So it gives me a quick snapshot as to how did he get that very high Zap score. Well, Thomas has been pretty busy. Yeah. So that's awesome for an agent, and that's where that piece comes in when we just talk about having everybody we know, past clients, current clients, friends, family in here. When we say analyze the Zap score, it's that simple. Exactly. We can just hover over that and decide, should I reach out to Thomas today? Right. Can it wait till tomorrow? Or should I reach out to him now or this afternoon? I mean, that's kind of helping us decide, when to reach out to someone. That's one of my favorite pieces. And when you look at here, even as we're looking at it on the laptop, if you click the Actions drop-down menu, and you have a couple of choices. We can call them, send them an email, or add a touchpoint note to their file right from here.
Cool.
And those 3 things, if this was a company lead, like my first one, right, Thomas Tester, any one of these 3 things would keep me in compliance. And as we know, those are not only 3, there's a total of 13 different things that you can do to stay in compliance with your company, or what we call our broker.
And those 3 are the quickest way to get that person back to green, so that you're eligible to get those additional leads from the broker.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. That's awesome.
So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Wayne, for a few moments. We'll talk a little bit about contacts and things from that standpoint. So I'll let you drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. Thanks, Dean. That's awesome. Please, any questions, from what we've done, actually any questions in Zap in general, even if if this is beginner for you and you were hoping to get something else, please do not hesitate to just ask us a question. We'll be able to answer anything or certainly get you an answer. But so now, if I just kind of go back to my dashboard, and say, okay, now I've logged in. Obviously, one of the first things we'll do, tasks, follow-ups. But just to kind of show you the contact piece of it. So when we say, add a past client, a current client, friends, families, anybody in your sphere, it's really what we have to do. We have to get everybody in here. So if I just simply come up to this plus add at the top and click that, you'll see a menu pops down, and the first one is new contact. So if I just hover over that, you can see to the right, I can add an individual contact. So just a one-off. So, I can add, the 5 people that I'm currently working with, just get them in the system right now. But we also have this import contacts, which allows me to, import, bulk contacts from, the MLS, from my Gmail account, from my database that I do have, or from all my past clients, things like that. So so just know that that those two exist. And if I do click the import contacts, this screen pops up. I'm basically just going to grab a CSV file, and we will talk about support in a little bit to kind of walk you through it. If that's a little too basic for you, we're not going to go through the whole process, but just need to know that that's how easy it is to add contacts. So, and I am not going to add my my Google database one by one. You better believe I'm going to bring that in, all as a bulk, a bulk import. So, and also very important that you know that when we do bring in agent leads, so if I import 1,000 people from my Google account, very important to know that those folks are not following the rules of the broker with having to stay compliant. I will never be red, green, or yellow with those leads. They're sort of my responsibility. But so a lot of folks are often hesitant to bring in folks because they don't want to have to update them, through the, every month or every 2 weeks. So just know you bring in your own folks. Essentially they're your responsibility. Set them up and contact them however you want, but you won't be required to.
Absolutely.
So, so if we just go back to our dashboard and just think, so in this dashboard we have about 1,300 contacts. So if I just click that 1,300 contacts, obviously I get to this point and go, look, I just need, I need one person in this group, or I want to filter through this group and grab just these people. You're not going to scroll down this list and look for one particular person. So just a couple things that you can do easily is just this long white bar right here. It says search contact. If you're looking for one person, you can just simply start typing their name. It'll actually bring up everybody that fits that. So I started typing a last name. And so obviously I would just hover over and just click that person, and then I can analyze what they're doing, send them an email, anything like that. So that's just one piece. So, and then the other piece that we want to show you is when I have 1,300 people here, you will see that we also have a filters button. So just to the right. So if I click that filters button, I can filter these 1,300 people, everybody in my database, by any one of those, and there's even more filters. So, any one of these. So I can certainly do buyers, sellers, buyers and sellers, renters. We have custom tags. So if I custom tag somebody in my database, I can tag them anything I want. So, who are all my people that are tagged beachfront property? And you will see that a couple folks come up. So, so I can just grab those folks and I can actually bulk email them at this point. I can just pull their names up and reach out to them individually. But, if I had if a new beachfront property come up, it's a great buy. I think it's an awesome property. And I want to reach out to my folks that I've said are looking for beachfront properties. Gives us a great opportunity to just pull those folks up and reach out to them in one way or the other. So that's just some of the some of the options for contacts, but cannot stress enough that adding contacts in the system is like almost #1 on the list. We have to get folks in there so that we can start. First of all, they're all in one place. Second of all, they just we can start monitoring what they're doing, have better contact with them. Certainly not forget people.
Right.
So, and that's the key.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so so along those lines.
I love the bulk actions tool here as well, which gives us the ability to bulk email, to import and export clients as well.
Yeah, so obviously I would.
It's a great new addition that's just come to the platform
Yep,
over
yep.
the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. So the idea is I grab both of those, all of the folks for beachfront property, or all my buyers, or all my sellers, or in reality, my entire database, and I can just hit bulk email, and so if I highlight everybody on the list and come up to bulk actions, I can actually bulk email them. So this could be, hey, there's a great beachfront property. This could be, hey, happy holidays. Hope you guys enjoy the holiday season.
Perfect time for that now,
sort of
right?
that little, sort of that little holiday card.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, things like that. So that's that bulk email option, and that allows us to send, and it can be church folks, it can be this group, it can be parents from the PTA. There's so many things that you can do, to use this as a great tool to reach out to those folks.
It's one thing that's nice about the new custom tagging feature is you can create your own customized tags and organize your book of business and categorize them any way that you think is important for you to be able to find them later.
Yeah, we went over that last month. Anybody has any questions, let us know. But yeah, that tagging feature, I can pull up Dean and I can say, Dean is, a member of the PTA. I know that's where I know him from. He's looking for, he's an investor. He's looking on the west side. Just anything like that. And then I just pull them up anytime. When I have 10 people in there, it's 10 people.
Yep.
But when I get hundreds and then 1,000 and then 2,000 people, because we just know people, and I meet 5 people a week or 10 people a week, I want them in the system so that I can tag them and go, hey, I met you at an open house. They're looking in this neighborhood. Their price point's about this. And all those can be tagged so that I can grab them at any point and reach out to them and do that bulk email, or just know that, hey, there's a new property, I'm going to email these folks. So I love that as well.
Yeah,
so.
It's a great new tool that just came to the platform.
Okay, so I'm going to let Dean take over, and we're just going to kind of talk about 2 other pieces that we just feel are important. So, don't want to keep it too basic, but follow-up plans and the website are just huge for the agents to actually just kind of take their business, their platform to the next level, and take advantage of so many of the pieces. So the follow-up plans, we know, obviously, will help us stay in better contact with everybody. So, and I'm a fan of, my friends are on a follow-up plan, just 2 emails a year.
Yeah.
Because they got to remember, I've always said, don't be that secret agent. So don't assume everybody knows what you're doing and that you still sell real estate. So friends and neighbors and family can be on a follow-up plan, but it can be, once every 6 months. Past clients can be on a follow-up plan. Your current clients, and then just everybody else that you get that that you get as a potential lead. When you use the follow-up plan, it allows you to just stay better contact. So I'm going to let Dean kind of just touch base on the follow-up plans. We're not going to spend a lot of time on them. Unfortunately, we don't have that much time. But just want to make sure you know where they are, and and just at least know how to find them.
The good thing about Zap is that there are a lot of pre-populated work that's been saved into the platform for you. So I'm going to take you into the follow-up plans section of Zap, and it's very easy to get there. So if you want to follow along with me, I'm just going to click on the word Manage over here in the left navigation area. Once I click on Manage, I'm going to get a little pop-up window. And you're going to see that we actually have 3 libraries. We have the follow-up plan library, we have the call script library, and the email script library. In each of those, we have pre-populated things in there for you. So we have pre-populated email scripts, so you can choose some of those. Call scripts are in there, and then the follow-up plan library also has some plans that are already created for you. The nice thing is anything that's in any of these 3 libraries is always editable by you, the agent. So you can go in and see any of the scripts that are in there, the follow-up plans that are in there, make any changes or modifications to them to your liking, or you can create your own from scratch. And everything that you save goes into your personal library that you have access to from that point going forward. And you can reuse those follow-up plans. You can reuse those scripts over and over and over again. I remember when I was an agent, Wayne, and you probably the same way, I probably sent the same 5 or 6 emails, I don't know many hundreds of times to somebody.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I would love to have had this function where I could just go in and create an email script, save it once, and then all I have to do is click it, it populates the email, and off it goes.
Correct,
right?
Yeah. And just to kind of, talk about those follow-up plans, we know that a follow-up plan, if I build it myself, I have to build the plan once, and then it's available every time I want it for all these buyers or these sellers or these past clients. So it's not like every single time, you have to recreate the wheel. And we often talk about those follow-up plans is they can actually be very simple.
Yeah, very
5
simple.
or 6 emails repeating, each email 4 sentences, and ask for a referral and say, here's my website and my mobile app.
Yep.
So we're not like writing paragraphs and have to get all creative. The idea is that if it's written by you, it is much more likely to, to mean something to that person that's getting it.
Absolutely. So let's jump into the follow-up plan library. We'll just kind of give you an idea what those plans look like. So I'm just going to click on follow-up plan library here. It'll jump us into the library itself. And you'll see what I was referring to a few moments ago, which is there are a variety of pre-populated plans already done here for you. So we have plans for active buyers, a 1-year nurture program, and as you're looking at your screen, because mine's a training screen, so it's slightly different than yours. But in this far right-hand column, see there's a pencil icon. Anytime you see that pencil icon in Zap, it means it's an editable field by us, the agent. So I can click on any of these follow-up plans and click the pencil icon. So if I wanted to open up the active buyer plan, so somebody I was currently actively working with, I could click on it, it would open up the plan itself. I could see the name of the plan, the suggested audience, and then I could see actually what that plan looked like. So it looks like I have a phone call that goes out today, meaning the day I put the client on the plan. 7 days from now, Zap is automatically going to send, because this is an automated email, the Finding a Home You Love email. 3 days after that, Zap is going to place this person on my follow-up plan in my dashboard to say, look, you need to phone this person today, and maybe the conversation you want to have is around getting pre-qualified, which is the script that's here. And then 7 days after that third touch point, I'm going to get flagged again by Zap. This person's name is going to reappear in my follow-up section to say, look, today's the day to send them an email. Are you still searching for a home? Which the script, if you actually wanted to read any of these scripts that are part of those touch points, click the plus sign, and it actually will show you the script itself. And you can always go and modify that script if you want to tweak it to your liking and things from that perspective, because as I said, you always have an opportunity to modify or edit any of the existing scripts in any of the script libraries, whether it's the email script, phone script library, or this particular follow-up plan library. The nice thing about it is I can add more touch points if I wanted to, and when it comes to the plan, once this active buyer plan, as Wayne was talking about before, is saved into the platform, I can use it over and over and over again. Assigning a customer a plan is a 2-click process.
Yep.
You open up their contact profile page, scroll down to the campaigns, assign them a plan, it opens up the follow-up plan library, you hit select, and from that moment on, that plan starts for that particular customer. Now, that's easy for us to say,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And probably not so easy, especially for a lot of you that are following us along for the first time. So the nice thing about Zap is the step-by-step instructions on how to do just about anything you want to accomplish from a navigation standpoint in the platform are available right here on your dashboard. So think about it this way. When you're stuck and you can't figure out how to do something in Zap, and you can't seem to find your Zap specialist in the office,
yeah,
then it's going to be important. You'll be able to, did we lose our screen?
Oh, yeah, we can go back. Yeah.
Okay.
We're always back and forth.
So you just click on the word support right here on the dashboard. It's the last word in the left side of your navigation area. If you click on support, it'll take you into the support side of Zap. You'll notice right here at the top, got it, right here at the top, you just click on follow-up plans, and look at that. You have a whole list of follow-up plan. You have a little drop-down menu with everything to choose from. I click on follow-up plans and it gives me the step-by-step instructions on how to add a follow-up plan from scratch, how to edit one, how to take somebody off a plan, how to add them to a plan, and it even has video instruction along with the step-by-step instructions right here in support.
So that is awesome, and that again, that is a key piece of of the platform working for us. You know, once we do that once, then we know that that person's gonna like just have contact. Just like if we woke up this morning and go, oh, that's right, I gotta email Jim, John, Sue, and Martha. You know, but the platform's doing it for us because we would never remember to do that.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
So again, quick overview. I'm gonna quick show you one more thing before we go mobile, and we have some awesome questions that I will get to. But just one thing real quick, if you will show me, you know what, I'm gonna actually help you because I know the question, but I'm gonna just quick pull up. So how would I remove an email or a follow-up plan from Ashley? Okay. So if I wanted to change that, it was a question we had. So if if I want to remove it, or change it, how would I do that? And we know Ashley is on a follow-up plan.
So because Wayne just searched for, he filtered for people who are assigned a plan. So I simply open up Ashley's contact profile page by clicking her name. That's all I have to do. I scroll down and you'll see, you can either just hit the word campaigns right here, which says what kind of email or follow-up campaign is she on. I click on campaigns, I can scroll down, and I see that Ashley is actually on the cold prospect plan, right? So how I either change or edit a plan once a customer's on a plan, I can view the details of the plan by clicking this button, but you'll notice there's a little drop-down arrow to the right of View Plan. I click it, and now I have the option to either change the plan that she's on or take her off by removing the plan.
Perfect.
It's as easy
Perfect.
as that.
Perfect. So yeah, thank you. That was Brian. So thank you, Brian, for the question. So I am going to you know, answer a question and also show you one more piece that is so important if you have not done it. So whether you're relatively new or, you know, have logged in a few times and want to get involved, is the fact that you mentioned it. We have, you know, we all as an agent have an active website that is up and running, extremely powerful. I'm just going to show you where the link is, and then just kind of you know, show you that what you do on this page matters a lot for what your website looks like. So again, if we click our name in that upper right hand corner, you're going to see the first option under your name is My Website. This page is huge for you to, you know, to just scroll down through here. And again, support on the left-hand side, agent website. They're going to give you, you know, a 3 or 4 minute video on how to take best advantage of this page. But so important that you guys scroll down through this page and just update what you can. But to answer a question, what I'm going to show you is we actually had a question about using this website with a domain that you purchased. Mm-hmm. So if you went to somewhere like GoDaddy and purchased, you know, isellhomes.com, you actually want to start, you know, putting that on all your marketing and your business cards and your signs. You know, oh, isellhomes.com, someone goes right to it. They come to your Zap website. So I'm going to go live just for a second, buddy. And if I just take this URL right here. So I went to the My Website page just under the picture. Basically, all you have to do is if I copy this link, I'm actually going to go into my GoDaddy account and link that so that when someone types in isellhomes.com, they come to my Zap site. Yep. So quick, hope that helps. There is a help in the support to even do that piece. But it's not that hard, but also GoDaddy has, if it is GoDaddy, and that's who the question said they bought a link at GoDaddy, they're super helpful to get that done as well. So I wanted to make sure you know that.
So the question GoDaddy is always going to ask you is if you buy isellhomes.com, they're going to ask you which web page do you want to redirect it to? And you can say, well, I want it to redirect to my Zap Agent webpage, and what Wayne was showing you is right here. This is the URL for your Zap Agent website. So you give that to GoDaddy, they link that to iSellHomes. Now, every time somebody hits iSellHomes, it immediately comes to your Zap webpage.
Yes. So we're actually going to go live on our mobile app now. We're gonna go quick through the mobile app, but in the meantime, I'm actually gonna, while we're getting that switched over, answer just a couple questions. So. Difference between contact agent and request more info on a property. You know, essentially both coming to you. I see the request for more information on a property strictly about that property. Yes. That contact agent is likely, you know, could be somebody saying, hey, I want to see that property, I have a question, or can be any general question. So the contact agent just sends someone to you. The property is more specific, so you know they're asking a question about that particular property. So if you add past clients to your database, that's another advantage is they're not going to get hounded with emails unless you say to, unless I put them on a follow-up plan, which I've designed. So they won't get silly emails and things like that. They won't get silly drip campaigns automatically unless I assign them. So very important to know they're not going to get hounded. And then the last one, before we go on the mobile, just so important to know that, so an agent asked about, they got a lead, answered the phone.
Yep.
Got a lead. They've emailed them 2 or 3 times and no response.
Geez, that never happens.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen about 97% of the time.
Right.
But what's our stat that we share? What's the time frame for an average buyer according to NAR?
National Association of Realtors tells us that those, what we call passive internet registration leads, where we get really nothing much more contact information than an email address, takes on average 18 months to close. So I think if we're going to be planning on being in business 18 months from now, we're going to figure out how we incubate those.
Hang on to them. Follow-up plan. So you can delete them. If you pull up that person and hit the more, there is a remove. Strongly suggest that you just think about a long-term buyer follow-up plan, just to say, hey, no pressure. Let me know when you're ready. Here's my mobile app. Here's my website. And one of the that's just something to consider.
One of the things you can do is you can build, as Wayne was saying, a long-term follow-up plan in Zap. Have it be an automated touch point every time. Maybe have Zap send an automated email every 6 months.
Yes, and when that happens, it's done automatically, and your Zap score will change if they start opening them up.
Absolutely.
So we're going to just talk about the mobile app, and we have some more questions. We're going to run out of time, but we will answer those questions prior to signing off, or even after we do. So please keep them coming if you have any. So when I talk about the mobile app that we're referring to, it's this light blue Zap app. So when I click that, when I click that, this is our entire dashboard that we were actually looking at earlier. Tasks, follow-ups, everything all at our fingertips. So this allows us to be, waiting 10 minutes to meet a client at a house, waiting 10 minutes at the doctor's office, wherever we are, sitting on the couch, but yet not with the laptop, just with our phone. So it allows us to be just in touch with our entire database, just all at our fingertips. And we looked at some of these. So Thomas Tester, I can actually pull up, and just like Dean had mentioned earlier, if there was a phone number in here, and this is just a dummy one, you will see that we could call, email, or text them right from our mobile app, just in a second. And so just know that that's how we can scroll up and down. If they looked at any houses, we would know it. Then when they request information on a house, it pops up.
So we have those requests and we have those tasks right here on our phone, just as we did and showed you a few moments ago on the laptop.
Correct. Yep. And then just the menu for the app is at the very bottom. So there's a search where we can just search contacts the same way we did earlier. There's a plus quick add that allows us to just add a contact. Right where we're an open house. Oh, let me quick add you into my system, and then of course the insights and the personal task as well. So again, going to refer back to support to help you, with any of those. Agent mobile app. Yeah, great support there. 2 or 3 minute video you can watch to kind of take that in depth. So
absolutely.
So I'm going to quick go through. We have about 2 minutes left, and I'm actually gonna. I'm done with the. Phone buddy, but I'm going to just quick talk about. So if we do another question, if a contact opts out of bulk email, nothing we can do. But the idea is our emails that I make as part of a follow-up plan aren't obnoxious. So they're just 1 or 2 sentences. Hey, no rush. So we're kind of hoping that they don't. So if they're
more personal.
Yeah, making it a little bit more personal, and then no one will ever get mad if I say, hey, how are you? let me know if you need anything. They're not going to be like, oh, quit contacting me. So,
and as we do when we get bulk email, we always have the chance to unsubscribe, and our customers have exactly the same option through the emails they receive from us in Zap.
Yep, absolutely. So I just quick talk about the login to win. So we've extended that into December. So if you just log in and do one or two things. Log in and add a contact. Log in and analyze a Zap score. You actually have a chance daily to win a Lowe's gift card. And then a weekly winner for a broker, the broker with agents that are getting logged in, they will actually have a chance to win a smart home staging kit, which is so cool. Some great things with that. And then I'm just going to end it with save the date. So our next Zap TV will be January 24th at noon. Dan and I will be back, and then we have an awesome 18 that's coming to fruition for us for Zap TV. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Again, we will answer the questions that we didn't get a chance to live. We will text you back. Sorry for the delay in the beginning of it, but we're good. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. Thank you, Dean, again for joining us, and happy to have you, and look forward to seeing you. Happy holidays. And then looking forward to seeing you on January 24th.
Very good.
Take care, folks. Thank you.